Welcome to the HR Happy Hour Work Break. You're here with Trish and Steve. Hey, Steve Bose.
Hey, Trish McFarlane. How are you?
I'm
well.
good. We're both going to answer the questions at the same time today. It's been a busy day. I know. I think you've been on demos all day, it sounds
I
like,
have been.
and I've been on a couple different meetings as well. We can talk about that in a minute. But hey, I thought I'd start by saying Happy Groundhog Day, Steve.
Trish, thank you. Happy to you as well. I made a note of that myself. Today was Groundhog Day. Did you see the result from our friend Punxsutawney Phil?
I did. You can do the big reveal. I don't think it's a shocker to anybody.
No, I feel like every year it's 6 more weeks of winter. I think the whole thing's a big scam. And obviously it's 6 more weeks of winter. Half the country's buried under 3 feet of snow.
Goodness, that's true.
Come on, Phil. We don't, none of it.
All right, I like giving you homework assignments. Can you research and find out, not necessarily for tomorrow, but just in the future, when was the last time that he came out and there was not 6 more weeks of winter? What year did that happen?
Yeah, I'll check up on that. He never comes out and says, "Hey, spring's right around the corner. Let's get ready."
Right? I know. No, it's been crazy. It's been a good day. Oh my goodness. Look at that. How did that pop up there? I have no idea.
It's all right. You're figuring it out, Trish. This is only like 189th show.
It's more than that. Okay, we're gonna hide that. Oh goodness. No, today I've been on video obviously far too much today. So, but no, it was ADP's big event, the Rethink. ADP Rethink Now is the hashtag for that. So, but I wanted to see, I know you were kind of popping in and out of it. I tried to stay on almost all day, only missed a tiny bit, but man, they really had some heavy hitters today.
Yeah, it was a good lineup.
Yeah, I saw they had Dave Ulrich, who we're big fans of because he's been on the show, many times on the actual podcast. And the funny thing about him is sometimes people act like he might be past his prime, outdated. I'll tell you what, I was like frantically making notes. And if you have not, connected with ADP to watch that, be sure that you go do that. He was talking about a couple things I wrote down and wanted to get your reaction because I don't think you were on that portion.
I did not see that, no.
He really talked a lot about the different ways that companies can organize, both from a hierarchical standpoint to, having more of like small group organization to, all the different types. But one thing he said really stuck with me, and I jotted it down, was that with all HR technology, that the value is defined by the user. And I don't think we talk about that very much. We often talk about the value to the bottom line, the value to managers, leaders, the value to HR. But he said his contention is the real value and whether or not it's worth the money is that it's actually the end user that determines that. I don't know. You talk to a lot of different vendors. Have you heard that before?
Yeah, a little bit. I think it's a different way of framing up the challenge of user adoption, right? And it's maybe a way of articulating the value of user adoption. So maybe it's a better way to sell the importance of user adoption, I suppose, because we've been talking about user adoption in HR software and really any kind of enterprise software for as long as I've been in enterprise software, which is a while, and probably even before that. But articulating it in that way, I think, is maybe a way to drive that direct line to value a little bit more directly, which makes it more compelling for leaders. So yeah, I think that's a really good way to frame it.
Yeah. I like how he does that. The other thing, and this was like straight to my heart, he said, payroll is a communication device.
Oh, cool.
And I don't know that I've ever thought of it in that way. And I think that's why he's such an interesting speaker, because he always just like puts these little nuggets in your head. But when you think about it, not only do you have to get it right, and Don Weinstein, our friend there at ADP, CIO and head of technology there, he also, told many stories about how you have to get payroll right. You have to get, you have to be reliable, and you have to have it accurate, and it has to be secure and all the things. And so again, I don't know that HR leaders always think of their payroll system as your main sort of base foundation communication device. Had you heard of that at all?
I haven't, but not really. But I think I'm a believer in this idea that payroll and benefits, I'd lump benefits into this as well, serves as maybe the initial and maybe for a while and maybe for a long while, one of the most important connections of the employee to the organization. Not just that did my pay come out right every twice a week, twice weekly or biweekly on Friday, or did I get my benefit card correct? But it's what those things represent to people. They represent security, taking care of your family, meeting your obligations, meeting your goals, maybe fulfilling some dreams that you have, right? And so I think that the connection to the organization that's facilitated by really, really strong payroll and benefits, including communications, right, around those processes, I think it's underappreciated, I'd say, for sure. So yeah, I think those are great points.
Yeah, I thought they did a nice job too of kind of weaving that throughout the day, because they had a lot of different HR leaders who were attending this. So it wasn't just an analyst event. We were grateful to be included, and but it was really more about, informing the customer.
Yeah, I'm sorry I couldn't be there more. As you said, I'm knee deep in demos. We mentioned yesterday the HR Tech startup session in the spring, so I'm trying to put that together in very short order. I think I did 4 demos today, and one after the other with a little break in between. And so in one of the ADP sessions, I know they were log in and put on your camera, and I was eating lunch, for one.
You're like, no,
no one wants to see that. So, but I was appreciative to be included, and I hung out there as much as I could today.
Good. Well, they wrapped it up with a really interesting discussion with Marcus Buckingham. And I know people have probably read his books or, followed him in his career journey. He's obviously one of the top speakers in the industry. He talked a lot about resilience and grit and how to bounce forward, which I love that. Instead of always thinking me, I hate rear view mirror looking stuff, right? And all of this new normal stuff. I hate that. He did not do that at all. And he was just all about how to be resilient in these times, and shared a ton of research. So if you haven't heard him or checked that out, I know it's on the ADP site. His research and his reports are there. You can download those for free.
Yeah.
So be sure to check those out.
I'm a big believer in not looking back either, Trish. When I got my first Italian sports car, with Alfa Romeo, you know what I did? First thing I did?
What?
I ripped off the rearview mirror, just tore it right off, threw it out the side.
Did you really have that car?
You know why, Trish? You know why I did that?
No, why?
Because what's behind you really isn't there.
Oh,
like that?
I do. You didn't really have that car though, did you? Is that a fit? That's a story.
Everything about that story may or may not be true. Trish, I have a question for you.
James Bond would say that.
I have a question for you, Trish. The Super Bowl is this week. I want to try to do we're going to do a couple more shows this week for the Super Bowl. Trish, I want to run by you a couple of prop bets. The Super Bowl prop bets is one of my favorite aspects of the Super Bowl.
Okay.
This is where you can bet on things like the coin toss, the length of the national anthem, the coach, the tie that the commentators are going to wear. Here's the first prop bet I'm going to run by you, Trish. Who is the first thing and or persons that the Super Bowl MVP will thank in his interview after the game? They always interview the MVP, and usually the MVP will thank maybe many things, but the first thing, here are your choices, Trish. His teammates and or coach, favorite, 5-2. The fans or the city or the team is 3-1. God, 5-1.
God.
Family or any family member, 6-1. The healthcare workers, 9-1. The team owner, 25-1, or the field, basically anything that's not in those first 6, anything that doesn't fit those categories, 75-1, Trish. Who you got?
God.
You're going God, 5-1?
Yeah, God and then mom. That's how it goes.
All right, family member, okay.
Yeah. So when Mahomes is up there, he's going to thank God first and then his mama.
I love that bet. All right.
I'm going to predict it.
I'm going healthcare workers 9-1. I think there's value there. So
I think he will. I just don't think that's going to jump out of his mouth first.
We'll do another one of these prop bets tomorrow, Trish.
Okay. I have to wait every day we're going to do one.
Yeah, I don't think we want to do a whole show of the prop bets, Trish. That's on my
you're probably
podcast,
right.
Gamblers Anonymous today.
You're probably right. No, I like that.
New HR Happy Hour show dropped today, Trish. Me, George, and Madeline posted this morning. Check that out on the HR Happy Hour Podcast Network feed.
That's a very good point. It's always good to, George has such a unique market look that he does. I think better than just about anybody in our industry, actually. So yeah, he was talking about sort of his plans for the year and how his podcast is going to go and what he's going to cover. Madeline, of course, does a lot of research on a lot of topics, but predominantly in the talent acquisition arena. So she talked a little bit about that and what she's going to be doing research-wise this year. So, you know what, I think it's fun. It's fun to partner with other analysts and sort of hear their perspectives and not always be sharing our own. That makes us learners as well. So thanks to George and Madeline for that.
Yeah, it was a great show. Really fun.
The last thing that I want to mention, because I know we're kind of up on our time here, is big announcement today by our friends at Oracle. They have announced the launch of the Return to Workplace Journey, which is part of their employee care package. And I want to just, we're going to test my skills now. I'm going to share.
Whoa, that's high tech, Trish.
Huh? I want to share what this looks like with everyone because I really do want you to go out and check this out. So I won't go through it. Obviously, I don't work for Oracle, but I just want to share it because I do think it's really cool. So they have this checklist that you can go through on their website now and find things that you need to be thinking about as you bring your employees back to work if they are not there already. So obviously, that's top of mind for everyone. You know, they've got analytics related to it. I won't share all of that with you, but anyway, I at least wanted to pop that up there
really cool.
and show because it is really important. I know other vendors also are doing things too, but today that's the big news. Is also I have to tell you just about Oracle in general. I love this idea of journeys, right? Because we talk a lot about that too, about the employee journey through from hire to retire. We'll say optimistically, right? So anyway, they've got some solutions there in the employee care package for people. They can go
really
check
good
that
stuff.
out
They've done a great
at
job.
oracle.com. So anything else on your end, or are we good for the day?
Congrats, Mayor Pete Buttigieg confirmed as Transportation Secretary today, Trish.
Oh, I hadn't even heard. I've not watched the news
Notable
at
as
all.
the first openly gay cabinet member in U.S. history. So cheers to him. Congratulations.
Really?
I think that's a really big deal. So
That is a big deal. Congratulations to him. That's wonderful. Well, good. Well, thanks everyone for listening, watching, spending time with us every single afternoon. We will catch you back here tomorrow with more and hopefully less work, more fun.
Tomorrow, the Gatorade bet.
Oh, okay. Gatorade bet tomorrow. Bye, everyone.